Well, 2 months after Russia invaded Ukraine, an estimated 3,000 Ukrainians have died, an estimate that is likely much higher. The violence is forcing millions of Ukrainians to leave their homes and everything that they've ever known behind. Many are starting new lives in parts of Europe and across the United States, with the number of Ukrainian refugees coming to Boise growing. But just because they are no longer facing the explosive violence of war when they get here doesn't mean their challenges stop completely. So what hurdles are Ukrainian refugees facing here in Boise, and what can we do to help? Here's Katya Stepovic.
He's currently living with his brother, their whole family.
This is Irina Rozanovich, who moved to the States from Ukraine at just 8 years old.
И эти события для нас были, немножко такими непонятными.
We could not understand the situation and why it was happening.
1 week ago, her uncle Vitaly Prudnikov and his 6 kids joined her in calling Boise home.
Здесь приходится...
Here's the choice that you have to make. Either you choose to take care of your house and your property and material things, or your life.
Vitaly, his wife, and kids left Mariupol, and they try not to look back.
Город оказался в окружении.
The city of Mariupol was encircled.
И осада, она была очень жестокой.
And the siege of the city was just horrible.
Потому что был разбит водовод, который питал Мариуполь водой.
The water source was destroyed. The water source for the city was destroyed.
Потом были разбиты все подстанции, которые питали город электричеством.
All the electrical stations were also destroyed.
И, естественно, нет ни отопления, ни тепла, ни связи.
There was no heat, no communication, no electricity.
When asked what it was like for Vitaly and his family to pick up and leave everything behind,
Не хочется об этом всем и вспоминать.
He's saying he doesn't even want to remember that, this whole experience.
Трудно переживать.
It's very hard to live through that.
Когда вокруг тебя рвутся снаряды, когда
everything's exploding around you.
Когда гибнут люди, рушатся дома.
When people are dying and houses and buildings are getting destroyed.
Irina says right now there's anywhere from 20 to 30 Ukrainian families who have fled to Boise, and they came here under humanitarian parole, which means they're not eligible for things like green cards or refugee resettlement programs.
So there's no pathway, for them to help just yet.
I'm a member of the cathedral choir.
But churches around the valley are feeling called to help.
One choir rehearsal, I stood up and said, thoughts and prayers are not enough.
In an effort to raise money and support, Nick Anderson, a member of the Cathedral Choir, has planned a refugee concert that will fill this room with sounds and tones from all different backgrounds, including the Slavic community.
These people need help. We are in very fortunate circumstances. We sit here in a lovely park and we don't have to worry about bombs and shrapnel. When I was growing up, I saw bomb sites in major cities in England 25 years after the bombing of the Second World War. And you would think we would get past genocide, but this is genocide by any other name.
Anderson says the concert will be videotaped and sent to Ukrainian families with internet access, letting them know the Treasure Valley is supporting them and welcoming them with open arms.
There's going to be a whole group of people who, for no fault of their own, have been bombed out of their homes, and that just speaks to me in terms of you want to help, music is one way we can help.
Как бы то ни было, жизнь продолжается.
Life continues no matter what.
И всегда человек надеется на лучшее.
And everybody hopes for the best.
All right, Katya, with these refugee resettlement programs, why don't Ukrainians get the same treatment that other refugees get when they come to Idaho?
Well, unfortunately, humanitarian parole is a separate category from a refugee status. So right now, Ukrainians can, depending on their situation, apply for asylum and go through that process. But the Idaho Refugee Center tells me the U.S. expects the war to come to an end at some point, like we all hope it will. So things are very temporary right now, and they're given temporary immigration status. But that doesn't give them much aid or resources, which is why donations are really needed, not only for Ukrainians in their country, but also those who have come to the States and right here in Boise. Links to help them can be found on our website. Brian.
All right. Thank you very much, Katya.